class feels extremely formal to be up here with the mic. I guess I should get used to it. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of this tomorrow, but Andrea and I wanted to thank you guys for coming out tonight, bearing through the rainy weather, the wind, and this is a classic Pacific Northwest day. So for those of you flying in, you're getting the full experience. We're not going to spend a lot of time up here. We do want to thank my parents for supporting us and hosting us tonight on the Friday night event. It's a beautiful property, great food, great drinks. There'll be more toasts tomorrow for Jim and Heidi, who are putting on Saturday, and we'll get into that tomorrow. There is going to be an open mic here tonight for anybody that wants to say something. I think we do have a taker already, so you're going to have to get in line here. Edie's going to start us off with the very first toast of the evening. Edie, right over here.
The second time Jim Dollars.
There are a couple more tacos left. If you're still hungry, please reuse your plate if you can. Use a dirty one.
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you.
I thought it was awesome. Like you probably heard this, Natalie, that the caterer called this morning.
I didn't hear until we were here later because we were all.
Caterer says
we can't send
we
people
can't
to
make
serve.
Like somebody's
We have
Bridget!
volunteer. I volunteered to be interviewed. Everybody from the original great state of New Jersey.
No, you can't.
But now the newest homeowner of a home in Seattle, Washington, is 19 minutes from our new abode, Bridget Cohan. Wow, I'm immediately a little nervous. Okay, you should stand there. So can you hear me okay? Great. Hi, I'm Brigette Cohan, as they mentioned, and I felt compelled and excited to speak today because I had the honor of witnessing the moment when Andrea and Tim first met. Like any good love story, it started in a pantsuit, and we met at Huron Consulting Group. Huron takes all of their new employees and ships them off to a corporate training boot camp where you learn how to cut grape tomatoes and use Excel very well. So the three of us quickly became best friends, and I thought it was just incredible that you could go to work during the day and then after work you would go to yoga and play tennis and go for runs around St. Charles. I was like, this work thing is gonna be a breeze. I'm gonna have such a great time. So we quickly became three friends who spent a ton of time together. And we quickly, after 2 months, the company decided to send us all to Las Vegas for a conference. And Andrea convinced me, you gotta fly back into LaGuardia with me. And I was like, I'm a Newark United aisle seat kind of girl. And she was like, but you could be an American into LaGuardia middle seat kind of girl for me, so we can have fun in Las Vegas together. And I was like, no, I really don't want to be that girl. But she pleaded, she convinced me, and I booked my flight. So a few days before going to Las Vegas, I was like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, what seat are you in? I just want to make sure I'm like sitting near you. And she was like, oh. And I was like, what? She was like, I have to tell you something. Tim and I have been dating this like entire time that we think the three of us have been friends, and I'm staying in Las Vegas with him, and we're gonna go on like a huge adventure. And I was absolutely floored. I don't know if I was more upset about the American middle seat, which I was, or the fact that two of my best pals, my amigos, I was really the third wheel the entire time and had absolutely no idea. So the flight was awful, but the reason was fantastic. Andrea and Tim, in my opinion, you two are soulmates, and I've known it for quite some time. You were meant to meet at training, meant to fall in love, and meant to have the love story that you do. You have a deep love, a warm comfort, and a pure bliss in your relationship. You fit, you grow, you change, you absolutely thrive together. Andrea, my girl, you're electric. You've blessed me with a really kind of a friendship that I didn't know existed, one that is really based on love and friendship and respect and joy, and I really cherish it. Tim, you have an enthusiasm for life that is contagious. You pick the berries off of trees, which Emily reminded they grow me on bushes. I don't even know. I was like, why would you ever eat a berry off of the side of the road? But he does. But you have opened my mind to all of the beautiful adventures that life has. And I want to thank you both for welcoming RJ and I to Seattle, for being our rocks, for being our family, for being our first call. Thank you for showing us how to snowshoe. Thank you for showing us which berries to eat. And thank you for canceling your flight to LaGuardia to start your life of adventures with yourself. You ready? You ready now? No? Yeah, see, not so scary.
It'll be up here and ready for the next one. That's a tough act to follow up.
You guys could sit up here.
Checking. Okay. Looks like we're good.
Here we go. Now we got our thrones.
Oh, hold on. Do you have another speech? Yeah, so my speech is not as well organized, but we'll see how it goes. So Tim and I, he was a. Oh, sorry. So when Tim was a pledge in our fraternity, he lived in my room, which I was fortunate enough to have him as a roommate. Yeah, it was a really great time getting to know Tim, and eventually we ended up climbing a lot of mountains together, which has just been an amazing part of my life. So I feel very fortunate to have met Tim and had him in my life. And then I was also fortunate enough to meet Andrea when we were down here. For the first time that I met her was for the Solar Eclipse Festival, and it was a phenomenal experience. And so I feel like that was a very I don't know, it was just a magical time in my life to see something so profound. And then I can totally see how the spark got reunited in that time. So yeah, I just feel very fortunate to have Tim and Andrea in my life, and yeah, I'm looking forward to watching you guys grow together. And I think your first step of buying a house, and I know you guys are gonna make a beautiful couple for life, and I can't wait to see the family that you raise. I know it's gonna be just phenomenal. So yeah, I love you guys.
Okay, go get tacos. The roast is over.
Oh, we got Vicki.
Where is the?
So we are Tim's aunt and uncle, Clay's sister, brother-in-law, and we have loved Tim, so much throughout the years. But he lived in San Francisco for a while, and we were not the ideal aunt and uncle. I think you visited us maybe once or twice. So
He rode with
he rode with you a couple times. But we were involved with our kids, and he was doing his thing, and I felt like, it just was not the best, most gracious aunt inviting him over. And so he meets Andrea. We get a call and said, would you mind if, can my girlfriend come and stay with you? It's like, well, of course she can. So Andrea comes down. I don't know most of you, but I like my order. I like to host, but I like it to be orderly.
A certain way.
Come over for dinner, that's fine, and then you go home. And you go home. Andrea came. It was the most fun. It was like we hosted her more than we hosted Tim in a year, and we had so much fun. Anyway, it's like one night. Can I just bring cocktails? Can I bring some, margaritas? And anyway,
Great margaritas.
Great margaritas. But I also have to say there is a quality that we have learned this tonight, as far as rolling with what life gives you, which we all have been rolling with what life gives you, and the whole lead up to this wedding has